Thursday, January 25th. Two selectmen are present. One selectman is tying in telephonically. And because of that, when we do any votes tonight, they will be done by roll call. Understand, Justin? Okay. And Justin, just for the record, is there anyone else in the room with you?
Nope, no one else in the room.
Okay, just that's one of the regulations we have to follow, you have to announce if there's anyone else in the room with you. Okay,
Yep.
also present is the Mr. Leo Martell, recording for the citizens of Dunbarton, and the town administrator is also here. Okay, Dave, we have some minutes.
Okay, I'll make a motion for the approval of the regular meeting minutes. Were there any amendments on that, Lean?
No.
No regular amendments.
I'll second that.
They were January 11th,
Correct.
2024.
Any discussion on that?
Nope.
Justin?
Nope.
Kaminsky,
Nope.
yes?
Dino, yes.
Dean, all yes.
Okay, those are the three.
You wanna do the next motion, Justin?
Yep, I'll make a motion to approve the 8:51 PM non-public meeting minutes of January 11th, 2024.
I'll second Justin's motion.
And those are not to be sealed,
Nope.
and and Kaminsky, yes?
Dean, all yes.
Dino, yes.
Okay, they're approved. And I'll make the
I'll
final,
make another,
okay,
yep, I'll make another motion to approve the 9:17 PM non-public meeting minutes of January 11th, 2024.
I'll second that.
and again, those are not to be sealed. All in favor, Kaminsky, yes?
Dean, all yes.
Dino, yes.
Okay, thank you for the minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go around for public comment.
I gotta sign that one.
Okay, sorry.
General public comment or specific comment?
No, just public comments in general. Last row first?
Okay, you might wanna share your schedule with the librarian, so this doesn't happen all the time, because if you have a public hearing tonight.
Number one and number two, can you make sure he states his name so I know who's there?
Oh, Lee Martell, sorry, Justin, Lee Martell, because if you had a public hearing tonight, nobody'd be parking up there.
The issue is, I'm gonna repeat the issue, we have two events going on tonight, the town, the selectmen's meeting, and there's an event at the library, and parking is at a premium.
Right, and that, so my point is, the librarian, if she had your schedule, she might try to schedule
Around.
off days, because right now, if you had a public hearing, nobody'd be parking up there. I'm on the town common parked right now.
And I wanted to go to it.
So noted.
I'm good.
Okay,
Ron
Sarah,
should,
Ron,
he's not on the agenda, so he should speak.
okay, Ron, you got something for us? Why don't you come up here, Ron?
Yeah, I'll come up here. I'll
This is-
sit in that seat, I'll
Okay,
sit up here
announce
closer.
your name, sir,
Ron Slocum,
address,
55 Tenny Hill Road.
yes, sir, you're on, sir.
I have a complaint and a request,
Okay, I'll hear the complaint first.
because that will feed to the request.
Okay,
We do our tax bills twice a year,
yes,
so we get to split the tax amount over two payments, mid-year, end of year. However, we set our tax rate after the year's almost done. And this last year, my final tax bill went up 22% for one payment.
Yeah.
Now, that's excessively high. Now, I know our tax rate didn't go up 22%, but we know, based on the town meeting that takes place, and everything is approved, the warrant articles, the budgets, blah, blah, blah. Why don't we, in July, take a portion of that increase and apply it, and then at the end of the year, we adjust whatever is left residual, so that at the end of the year, I'm not hitting the full tax year impact in one payment.
it's a great question, and,
But it's set up by the DRA from the state
Right.
to set the tax rate.
I understand that, but the first payment in July is already an estimate.
it's.
Why can't we adjust that estimate?
That
say-
estimate is from this year's tax rate, so the second half of the year tax rate follows through the first half of next year.
I understand,
And then after the DRA gets all their rooms and meals in and gets all that stuff given to us, so they know the amounts coming from the state, then we do the tax rate setting in October.
I understand that, but why can't we?
Let's say
for
They don't allow
July-
you to, they don't allow you to
For-
tax for something that's not there.
For example, let's say we spent some money last year, okay, in budget wise, so the budget went up a little bit. the first tax bill is based upon the previous tax bill the last year.
It's the previous tax rate,
And
yes.
DRA says that's what you will use to set the first half of the year.
Can I just speak, please?
Go ahead.
Your July bill is 50% of the prior year, it's not,
Correct.
okay, 50%, so if you didn't do any building permits, didn't do any changes, you take your last year's bill, divide by 2, and that's your July bill.
Understand.
You know to budget for that. The issue is, we have two portions of, the tax rate that are discussed in March, the school budget and the town budget.
Right,
We don't have control over the school budget. And
right, but we
this
know it
past
by
year,
March, what
if
it
you had
is.
gone to the school budget, you would have heard the people speaking on the floor that they were concerned about the increase, which was gonna be
Mhm,
$400,000 plus
mhm.
on their budget. So that increase that you felt on your December bill, $2 on the, per thousand was the school.
I understand that. The
And-
problem is, though, we knew in March how much our budget was increasing.
I guess the biggest
Why
thing,
can't I
Ron, is they
take
don't
half of
allow
that
you to do
increase and
that.
apply it in July, so by the time December
Can-
rolls
I
around,
can look
it's
into.
we
taking
ask-
the DRA rate
Can
and
we,
adjusting it.
can we ask the DRA if we can adjust the rate?
I think there's an RSA or something we'd have to adopt, or some, I'm not sure if it's a special meeting, but I see what you're saying, that it really, it kind
To
of
make
makes
it
sense.
more equalized.
Yeah, exactly, because
Yeah.
like I said, my bill went up 22% just in that one payment. I would like to have seen half of that increase, I could have paid in July, and then when DRA finally set their rates in the November
Would have been
payment, I
more.
would pay the other half of that increase, not the
Double
full
digit.
increase in one payment.
I
Well,
just
if
have,
it makes you feel better, Ron, we're gonna take that same 22% again this year.
I know you are, because
So-
you're gonna take it again in July.
so, again, because I'm involved with that whole process.
Yeah.
We don't know our final values that are gonna change, whether they're going down or going up,
Understood.
reval.
Understood?
As of March 30, April 1st is the start of the new assessment year. So the assessor is busy working, picking up all permits, does not have that information, even at town meeting for us, until the end of March.
Right, but based on the town meeting and the warrants and the voting in school and town district, we know then approximately how much our tax bill's gonna go up or down.
We'll check
Why
with the
can't we
DA.
take a
I
piece of that
I
and
think it's
apply it
worth,
to July?
worth investigating, see if we can
Yeah,
adjust
it
the.
might be
That's what I'm
RSA.
asking, because like this year, I know it was a big hit, the school board passed a huge budget, the town did a pretty sizable budget increase
Correct.
too. So we got a double whammy, but that whole increase hit us in one payment, not
Correct.
the
I
two
would
that we
check
have
with
set for
DRA.
everything
You were
across the
spot
year.
on correct.
Yes, I'd like to see that split,
Ours wasn't that sizable.
it was big enough,
How much do you
Let's-
think it was?
I don't have the numbers
Okay,
in front of me.
but the thing
I
is,
know what it was.
regardless,
I saw what was approved,
the goal was to make the bill a little bit more equalized.
right,
We'll see if we can,
equalize it more,
yeah, well, we'll see if we can legally we can do
Yeah,
that. Because
exactly.
we've been following DRA guidance for the since I've been on the board. And that's been the way it's been done historically for
Right.
millennia.
but the first payment in July is an estimate of what you think is going to be
No,
due
the first.
for the full
no,
year,
No, it's not an
No, it's
estimate.
not an estimate, it is based upon the last,
based on last year's, but it's set at last year's rate, it's not set at
Correct.
2024 rate.
correct.
So we don't, so that's what I'm saying is, and the money I pay in July doesn't go to the 2023 budget. It goes to the 2024 budget.
And I know what the DRA is already gonna say, it's like that in every town in New Hampshire.
I understand it is, it doesn't mean it's right,
It's not, may not be right, but that's what it's gonna tell us.
yeah.
But the thing is, there's no harm in asking the question.
Yeah, we have a lot of
You got
stupid
one
RSA.
more.
Go ahead, we got a
I
comment.
just wanna make a comment to that.
Yep.
I think the selectmen do a pretty good job of explaining how much it's gonna affect our taxes
I'm not debating that,
at the town meeting, so if you're astute enough, you should be able to take those numbers and say, geez, my taxes are gonna go up this year. And kinda realize that it probably, and being familiar with the system, that the first half won't be the full increase.
understood,
Can
That's not, nobody's hiding anything, it's all there.
there is a way to adopt the RSA that allows a tax collector to collect taxes early. So if you knew, based on, and I don't know that if the DRA can't change anything, you can adopt an RSA to pay your taxes early. So town meeting said it's gonna be a $3 increase, and you take the $3 times your assessment, you will have a dollar amount that you can, therefore split in
so
half budget.
outside of the
and-
tax bill, I could have come in and visited the office next door and said, I'm paying ahead.
We haven't adopted that yet. but we could put that on.
So, when I got my tax bill in July, that's the amount I paid, I can't pay more or less
Put
than
it
that.
Not
aside.
currently, no, there's an RSA
You
that
can
says
put
you
some
have to
aside.
adopt
You'd be
that.
better off
That's-
saving it in your own
It's a
account
savings
too.
account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it comes out of my mortgage, that's the problem, it comes out of my escrow account, not on
Yeah,
my
that
bond.
hits everybody like that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And then they add it to your next year's, so it's
And then
automatically
and they
inflated.
think it's gonna be elevated for the following year, then you end up with mid-year
I would
rebate.
just like to see if there's a way in July we can adjust it
Well,
I'll
to
look into
compensate
it.
for the things
yeah,
that
I
Jeff was
think,
talking
I think
about,
Linda's
so.
spot on, we'll look into that and see
Yeah.
if it's, feasible at all.
Yeah.
And Ron, we can either have her email you back if you give her your email, or we can
I
have
have
you
it.
back
She
here.
got it.
And what I said earlier, I invite you to the public hearing, because I do,
Oh, I usually go,
okay, I do enjoy your questions,
yeah,
because,
last year was a problem.
well, what you do challenge us, and challenge us to be knowledgeable,
Mhm.
so when we go to the town meeting, we're fully prepared, and you do that, you do that extraordinary, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not a case of I didn't know I was gonna get an increase in taxes, I knew I was gonna get an increase in taxes.
No, but it's,
And I knew about how much, it's
Yeah.
just to get hit with it in one bill and not
Yeah.
split across the two, that's the problem.
and, I don't think, I'm optimistic this year that the school's not gonna come in with a heavy tax bill increase this year, I don't know
Who
yet.
knows?
Exactly.
We might too.
We would, well, we're doing pretty good, we're working hard.
So, just for your information, when I went to the school board, I looked at their budget and their budget increase, and I was able to calculate what the tax increase was going to be based on what they were telling us, and it's even estimated in their warrant. They
Wow.
said that the estimated tax increase is going to be this.
Well, it is for the
And
town
we could
too.
take, we could take that times your assessment, and you will see the full year for this calendar year, what it's going to be. What will adjust it down is if we pick up any new revenue, new
Right.
value.
Yeah, I'm not debating at all where the taxes came
No,
from,
it's just
how
try
much
to
they are.
equalize it
It's
more.
just the fact that we cannot use the July to help defray a part of that increase, it has to all hit us in the November payment.
And that's,
As opposed to hitting a
that's-
part of it in July and a part of
Correct.
November, that's what I'm asking about.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about the tax,
Oh, no,
number.
no,
My
no.
bill overall went up, I just
Yeah.
about,
No, it is-
I could care less.
no, but it's so,
Oh, I do
it's so
care.
noted, but the thing is,
That's not the issue,
the key word, can we equalize it more for you?
that's what I'm talking about,
I will look at.
or equalize it across the two payments.
Yes.
Yep.
So noted, and we will take it for action.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we'll get back to you on that,
Appreciate it,
Mhm.
okay?
I know I'm not the only one in that bucket, everybody
I think a
understands.
lot of people would.
Well, and the thing is,
Yeah.
and then it, catch 22, as Dave said, that 22% is gonna come hit, I mean, that, this year's end of the year tax bill is gonna be, make
Yeah,
July
but I'd
payment high.
rather of the 22%, I'd rather have paid 11% of it in July and then pay the other
So,
11% in
absolutely.
November instead of just a full bam.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's
Keep
what
the
I'm,
money in your account, that's my advice.
well, I do. I do, but it comes out, unfortunately, I can't pay my escrow ahead either,
Yeah, I
so
know.
I'm kinda caught between the rock and the hard place.
Justin, do you have any comments?
No, I think everything you guys said is valid, I mean, I think
Okay.
it's out of our hands, we have to ask the DRA, so.
Okay,
Yeah, see if we can be better at the estimating.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
you're
Is
very
there a
welcome.
second question?
That was, we related, they were related to each
Depends
other.
on what he says. There may be more.
Okay, we're gonna go straight to town business. Pat, come on up. This is, state your name for the record and address, please.
Patricia Murphy, 14 Stark Highway North, Dunbarton.
Okay.
Okay, as I understand, you wanted to use the Dunbarton Town Hall, second floor for an activity,
Correct.
okay? And could you describe your activity?
Well, it's a group that we started back in 2016, and we were meeting at the library in the evening when they were open, twice a month. It's called Dig It, it's the Dunbarton Inspiration Group, and it's for artists and non-artists, but anybody that wants to talk about art or related things. So we have a small group, and like I said, we always met at the library in the evening, and now the library is closed, so we can't, in the evening, so,
It's
we
a,
can't meet
it's a
there.
Dunbarton group?
It's called the Dunbarton Inspiration Group.
Oh,
It's
so
a
the only
group-
reason she's here is because it's her first time using it.
Correct,
It's not an official Dunbarton group, it's just a name of their group that they gave it.
right.
And they're not a 501c3, they're just a group of
But it's
individuals.
not a profit organization, is it?
No,
You
no.
don't sell anything there?
No, absolutely not, where there are no dues or fees or membership lists or
And it's,
anything.
it's open to the public?
It's open to everybody, yes.
I'd say it meets the criteria of our policy, Dave, if you want to.
No, I know the policy well enough, I think.
What we would like to do because I found out that the large room up there is not heated. And there are really only about 10 of us, it's not a big group. So what we were thinking is maybe just meet in the lobby outside that big room, which is heated. Because there are just so few of us, we don't need that really big space.
You might be able to get a better suggestion if you don't need that room, then it's right in the upper town hall there in the old section, the vestibule before you get into the main room, the heat hits that pretty well as well.
Are you talking about upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs,
Up, that's what I mean.
That's what she was just
Yeah.
not
discussing.
in the hallway though, I can't have you sitting up in the hallway.
Upstairs,
Upstairs.
Where the restroom
Where the
and the
double rooms
elevator
are.
come out.
Yeah, you
That's-
can't meet there,
Oh,
you can't have set up there in the hallway
But
there.
he's looking where the old, the grand,
Go through the
stairwell,
double doors in the main room.
downstairs where
Upstairs.
the,
upstairs, though, that room has been cleared out and it's very spacious now.
Upstairs, if you go to the back of the room through the double doors,
we
Okay,
looked
yeah.
at 'em.
Yeah,
before you
yeah,
get into the
over,
stairway,
yeah.
there's a little room on the right there.
oh, okay, so
In
we
that
could
room,
use that, and it's
yeah.
heated?
Yes.
The heat comes up from the stairwell there, wicked.
But isn't that filled with tables and chairs and stuff like
There's
that?
6 tables piled in the corner there, I think.
Yeah, and about 24 chairs or 40
Yeah.
chairs.
Yeah, I think there's enough room there though.
The other alternative is,
Just know you can't be in the fire
Okay, that's
escape.
what her question was,
Okay.
is if she can
Okay.
get permission to bring her group there.
Now, she says it's unheated there, it starts out there, the room, even at -15, it's gonna be 55 degrees up there. So it's probably,
Wow.
up there tonight's probably 60 or 62.
the other alternative
That's
is,
not all that warm in my opinion.
the other alternative is, depending on what time you meet, that doors can be opened up a half hour to an hour ahead of time, and the doors can stay open while there's no one up there.
So Pat and I took a walk over there this past Monday, and I was surprised at how cold it was upstairs, but today, Mary sent me an email saying that one of the windows, that same window you keep shutting, was left open. So it's not that it's being left open, it's sliding on its own, that.
No, it's not sliding on its own.
Somebody's opening it?
Window locks work on it, people are opening the window and then they don't know how to close it.
Ay, ay, ay.
And
Okay.
she
Is
put
that why it
stickers
was
on
so
every
cold
window.
when
I
you
think
and
so,
went
I
up
think
there that
so,
there was-
yes.
Yeah, but you were looking at the window and saying.
Yeah, but it's the top slash is so heavy, it comes down.
That room doesn't feel much colder than this room right here when you're,
Okay,
when the windows are closed. like they're
But you have an
supposed to be.
option to use that other, the entry railway room or the main
Okay.
room. And
Okay.
the thing is, if you leave the doors open for about a half hour to an hour, it allows
Before.
you to come in before the
Okay.
meeting starts.
okay,
But the thing is, what you need to do is fill out the application
yeah,
and make sure you understand that the things about carry in, carry out trash,
right,
and there's some specifications have to be done there, and you gotta turn in the key and who to turn it into and stuff like that, to Lean's office, but I don't have any other issues, Dave.
No, there was, there's round tables there, you could set one of them up, and of the 24 chairs, you can set 10 up, or whatever,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
you know, so there's.
and you
I
could
think-
actually put it close enough to the vestibule, if you're letting the heat in before you
Oh, I
start
see
your
what you're
meeting,
saying, yeah, yeah,
then that area won't be that chilled, but we're gonna have to look at that window again.
okay.
I know if you open that door there, there's, he's like 90 in that hallway.
Okay, my other question is, who can use this upstairs? I think it's been,
Just grab a copy of the policy and read through it.
I've read it, it's online.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems like there's a lot of confusion through the whole town as to who can use it, who cannot use it.
The biggest thing is, it
Like,
can't
who
be used,
cannot use it?
basically for private social functions. And for
So
example.
there's no baby showers going on up
No
there, even if
birthday
you're done.
parties,
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Why?
well, that was we wanted to make sure that the civic organizations that had first dibs on it.
Uh-huh,
We don't wanna give it away to just everybody, then say the garden club came in, they wanted to have a meeting, they couldn't have it, or the VFW, the American Legion,
uh-huh.
or any other organization.
So that means that all private parties
Private parties.
private parties are not allowed up there.
Correct, according
At
to our
all,
laws.
ever.
Yes, correct.
I'm gonna tell you, the only reason you're gonna be allowed up there is because it's a Dunbarton function, open to Dunbarton
Okay.
people to join your group.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And that's what we wanted to leave it open for.
Mhm.
We didn't wanna leave it open for somebody from Ware, Hoppington, or Bow to come with a baby shower and take up that space when you're a Dunbarton resident that paid in your taxes
Right,
to get that built and not be able to use it.
okay.
Yeah.
All of
I
these
think
in.
it might be prudent for you to let people know that.
We have it in a policy.
I didn't, well, I went online and I looked at as much as I could find, I've had a difficult time finding information, but I didn't see anything in there about no private parties.
It does, I'll read it to you. if you
Okay,
want.
good, good.
The second floor is not, this is the biggest thing
Now, is this online, is this
Yeah.
on the
Yes.
website?
Yeah, the policy and the application.
The
are
second
right.
floor is not available to commercial enterprises or organizations for the sole promotion or the sale of goods, services for monetary gain, nor for purely private social functions at this time.
Okay,
That's the biggest thing right there.
how do you find that on your website?
You just go to government, drop down to selectmen,
Uh-huh,
and it's policy for library reservations,
okay.
right there. on the
And
left.
then, town organizations may use a space, organizational space for meetings and for functions. Such groups include, but are not limited to, Dunbarton Historical Awareness, Dunbarton Historical Society, American Legion, Dunbarton Church Groups, Dunbarton Garden Club, Scout Groups, 4-H, Fire Department, library book groups, Dunbarton school events, community plays, concerts, recitals, dances, provided, however, that no one group can monopolize a space. So it's really open to almost any group, but not
No
for
private.
profit, and no private, and not for
Right.
private parties.
And we had, probably 7 or 8 public meetings to get that policy in place. With the group, the Dunbarton Town Hall Restoration Group, and then they brought it to the selectmen, and we had probably 3 or 4 or 5 meetings about that policy, and we finally adopted it after a year and a half, so it's been scrutinized a long time.
Okay,
I even wanted to charge people to use it, but we said, no, this is belongs to the people of Dunbarton, and they should be able to use it.
okay, okay,
And the thing is, just remember, no alcoholic beverages,
okay,
no smoking.
no smoking,
Okay.
And it's a carry in, carry out.
yes,
There are 2 trash barrels up there for your convenience while you're there, but we want people to,
Yeah.
we don't want rotten eggs up there for a week.
no, we don't bring food, we just sit and chat.
So the thing is, you fill out the application, work with Lean, she'll get the dates you needed,
Okay.
and it's first come, first served, because we have some organizations that have, like, one garden group has a few days ahead of time,
Right,
they've already
well,
reserved.
and we would do this on a monthly basis, so,
Yeah,
that
you
sounds-
know, if we could just get it for
Look
a
at the
few months
look at the
ahead,
calendar,
yeah,
3 months you can reserve. The
Oh,
calendar
okay,
on the
good.
homepage,
yeah,
there are dates there, if there's no lines there, you can hover over those reservations, and you'll see a library reservation, or a town hall reservation, and click on it, see what that organization is that's reserved that date.
okay,
Dawn just sent me one today, Dawn Larson, so it's,
yeah.
reads across Dunbarton, so it's,
And so first time users, we like you to come in front of us anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
that
fine.
works good, we all get on the same page.
And Pat, I'm glad you're using it,
Yay,
I really am,
Yeah.
because the thing is, I don't want that sitting empty, but we spend enough money on it, we wanna use it.
I just was worried about the
Something else.
temperature in there because,
Right, and we're monitoring that, we may have to mitigate that as we
Yeah.
move forward
Yeah.
next season.
Yeah.
And we're gonna look at that, and if that was really a hamper on activities up there.
The problem is when you have a large group up there,
it heats up.
heats up like that,
Sure,
and
but
you're
we're a
opening
little
windows
group.
and everything else, so.
and I think the Boy Scouts were up there last Monday, so it could be that.
As Soon as you get, 50 people up there, you're opening windows,
Sure,
as we see,
yeah.
even though there's a complete air exchanger handler on the wall there.
There is,
Yep. Which
but that
brings,
doesn't provide heat, does it?
it brings it back to the same temperature it's taking and exchanging it out. So it doesn't increase
Oh,
the
I
heat.
see, so if
Doesn't
you
make
have
it colder.
100 people in there and the temperature goes up, the heat exchange will bring it back down to where it started?
It brings it back to the room temperature, so
Right, right,
it doesn't cool it, it doesn't heat it.
yeah,
It just
yeah.
brings it to the same temperature,
Which is
whatever's in the room.
55.
Okay, but work with Lean on that, and the thing is, I'm glad you gave everybody, hopefully things work very well for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's good, we appreciate it. It's nice.
If you take your coats off, they're gonna stay longer, this way here, everybody's in and out.
Yeah, well. We'll be good up there and, we'll let you know.
But look at the little entry room, if it's too cold up there, look at the little entry room.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff in there.
So just so you know,
In there.
the furnace in the building is large enough to accommodate that second floor with heat.
Okay.
And we're looking into maybe doing some ductwork and or Mitsubishi's to take and offset that little 15-degree sweep of heat.
So that's a work in progress.
It's a work in
Yeah,
progress,
yeah.
and
Okay,
we're tightening down on the buckle right now.
okay, I get it.
Okay,
All right, very good, I appreciate your attention and your help.
okay, take care.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on there.
Yeah, we'll see you again.
All right, budget review. We've got revenues, we're not gonna review revenues, I think we're straight on revenues. I think we wanna look at warrant articles first, Dave, and then take one more gander at the expense side. You wanna do that first, revenue?
You wanna,
Do warrant first?
Why don't we fix the 10,000 on our budget first to get that number right?
Okay. Hey, Justin? You still?
Yeah.
One thing we took, on encumbered funds, we originally, took $10,000 out of encumbered, we called last meeting. And we decided if we make a decision to, purchase a voting machine, we would take it out of the budget for next year. But we didn't put it, I put it temporarily with electronic machines, but I think we don't even have to do that. We're just gonna let it be out of the budget if we make the decision late in the year. But we have taken it off the encumbrances.
So in other words, they took it off the
Yeah.
encumbrance, but he put it in the budget, and that's not how we voted last week as part of the meeting minutes, I wanna take it back out.
So if you look at second page, Dave, Leah, second page, office
Yeah,
equipment.
we're on the second page of expenditures where it's highlighted $10,000.
Correct.
I was under the same impression that we were completely removing it from the budget and adding encumbrances
Well-
at this point because we got so much pushback, and if we had the money in our, building maintenance fund, we were gonna use that
True.
10,000 out of that
Now,
later on in the year. if we
the
get that.
The only thing why I put it on a separate line item, because technically it's not a building maintenance item, it's an electronic item. And the thing is, I wanted the direct lean to drop it, building maintenance 10,000, and just put 10,000, slide 10,000 to electronic office equipment, because it's more of electronics equipment, but it's a shell game, because the budget's gonna stay relatively the same. I'm just gonna strike it from here and keep the, building maintenance the same.
Yeah, same thing, I mean, I don't, if it passes, right, it still has to be voted at town meeting to adopt that
To adopt,
before we,
no,
adopt the electronic voting machine.
it does not have to be adopted at town meeting. We were gonna get a,
you just had a public hearing on it.
we had a public hearing on it, and selectmen will make the decision, but one of the suggestions at the public meeting is that we maybe get a show of hands, or just we wanna get a flavor from the public, how they feel about voting machines.
Well, we're in this
When are we
budget,
gonna do that, at the meeting,
Yes,
at our town meeting?
Yes.
In March?
yes,
Okay,
but the thing is, it's non-binding. The thing is, the decision will rest with the board. We had, as I said, the public, the guidance from the public, as you recall, go slow, see how other towns do with these new machines and some of this new technology coming out before we jump on the bandwagon.
yeah, exactly, and that's why I think we could deal with it at the end of the year.
Right.
If we have money left over for it, if not, we'll put the order in.
Exactly.
Following year.
Dave was concerned, I was just trying to put it with visibility, making sure it was in the right item. I don't think it matters, it doesn't affect the budget, because we're gonna keep it in the, building maintenance. Lee, got it?
But for clarification, I'm just removing the 10,000 and I'm not changing any number as of this minute on the
Correct.
maintenance.
Correct.
now, while we're on this budget, since we started with it, Justin, you had some questions for Lean this week about the budget and maybe possibly changing other line items on the budget.
Yeah, basically, I wanna get down to general government buildings,
Okay, let's go down, we're gonna go straight, when we get down there, there's a few things before we get there. I wanna just follow the, machine,
Why, do you have anything else you're gonna change?
well, I just wanted to make sure that,
Only go to the other-
Sansucci had a huge agreement, he wanted an additional $10,000. And he wanted,
where are you at?
page 3, middle of the page. Mitchell Group, Lean?
We're still settling with, Eversource.
Right.
And the contract that is listed for, George Sansucci is currently $10,000. Every year we pay him,
Okay,
and, no, that's legal.
no, but if you look, he
Assessors.
wanted an increase, we paid him 9,000, it's gonna go to 19,000. I wanted to know what period of time does that cover? Cause it was from 2017 to 2019, the municipal Eversource settlement group.
That's legal, Mike.
I know it's legal.
Okay, let me just back up for 1 second. Under the category right above it is Board of Assessors, there's a utility assessor. That $10,000 is contracted for him to do the pickups, just like MRI does our residential pickups.
Okay,
The legal representation is in this category here for Board of Assessors legal. We typically budget the 9,000, this represents any MRI, BTLAs, or, San Souci's BTLAs. He sent a letter to all the towns that he is covering in the BTLA to settle Eversource, and there's 2 appeal periods, there's supposed to be one in April and one in September, to settle all of these, appeals, and that's not part of his standard contract that's under the utility assessor, it's billed in this group of accounts.
I just wanted to make sure we knew that, because I can see a voter, why is that going from 9,000 to 19,000?
Right.
Will she explain?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
His letter basically said that he anticipates, several thousands of dollars
Do you have anything else, Mike?
No, I'm gonna keep going, I'm gonna get down to what Justin wanted.
okay, so is it,
And above that, the section above it in the assessing department, Lean, do they have the corrected number on their computer support?
yes. Earlier, it was $993 less, and I just received the bill this week, and because we haven't finalized the budget, I felt it was prudent on my part to make the correction so that they have the funds in their budget and not overspend in their budget bottom line.
Okay,
That is a contract by Vision Appraisals, our software.
I'm pretty good, okay, I wanna continue on to where Justin was talking about general government buildings, correct, Justin?
Yep,
Okay,
yeah, I don't see any issues with anyone that,
yep,
before that.
likewise.
Basically, we're getting down to the town building maintenance and improvement budget. We knocked it up to 250 last year in regards to all the, major expenses that we expected to spend.
What
Well,
page is that?
we only spent 123,000. So I'm proposing that we bring that down to 150,000. We spent quite a bit of money on the major repairs, like roof repairs and things of that nature. I don't project many major repairs.
The only thing we were keeping that up was we had the big repair over at the highway department that could possibly go, and then Woody had 4 or 5 big repairs, but
And the fire departments, are we settled with the fire department?
he says it's good for now, so I wouldn't mind going to 150 on it, but no lower, in fact,
But the thing is, that the library is still, I'm
the
just,
library,
the library, the town hall, I mean, just this week they found a leak in the one of the roofing, the new roofing section, where one of the can lights was leaking water from where the flat roof
yeah,
is.
that would be warranty work.
Okay, but I just wanna make sure, that we, I don't wanna shortchange this and we find a major problem over, that's an old building, I just don't wanna shortchange this.
Yeah, I mean, what do we see as a major repair at this point?
well-
I know we talked about the fuel tanks, so
Right.
it's around 30 grand, but we
That's
spent
why we-
about 25 or so on roof repairs this year, so
Now, the fuel
that
tank,
money will go to that.
the fuel tanks, Jeff, are we gonna be okay this year in fuel tanks?
I was told last year that it was a mandate, but that seemed to have gone away.
Okay.
So you could do part of it, not all of it
Yes,
this year,
yes.
so.
Can I just?
That's why we busted up so much.
Yes, part of that estimate was to use a different approach than what we came up with doing, so that will lower it significantly.
Okay, great.
In this particular week, on Monday, we noticed that our hot water tank in the bathroom is leaking, so I put a service call to get it replaced.
Those are all small.
Yeah.
Those are small.
Yeah.
But John Wigan came in on Tuesday and said that he was having the generators inspected, and they had to stop the generator at the fire department, the inspection there, because there was a leak in the tank, and he was going to come back with an estimate.
I think the way,
Those typically run
Yeah,
quite.
we have generator repair.
yeah, I think 150 is still, I feel 150 is still comfortable.
I do
Because
too.
because we did 150K, we didn't even come close to that last year, we plussed it up because of the
And we did a
potentials.
lot of, we did probably 20 items, 30 items.
So, I'm comfortable with 150.
I am too. In fact, I asked for 150, but you guys wanted to keep it at 200 during the
No,
first meeting.
it's, we don't jump on things, we let it settle and we think about it. So, Lean,
Okay.
minus 50K there.
Didn't listen to me the first time.
No, that's right, we gotta, Justin and I gotta think about it.
Okay, so 60,000 off of this budget's gonna bring you 3,3.
Oh, Justin, was there anything else?
Anything else?
No, that was it.
I think,
3319
Everything else was
729?
fine.
It should, but let me update this.
Things just $3,319,729.
That's what I got too. I didn't even use a
say
calculator.
again, Dave.
3319,729.
Okay, excellent. All
Now,
right,
now we need to subtract from the last year budget to see the difference.
Alright, I'm going to the,
Like 1%.
I gotta get my calculator for that one.
$37,919.
alright.
3281, 810, minus 3319, 729, 37,919.
1%.
We're getting down there, who else can we cut?
yeah. Let's look at the town warrants. Dave, I just wanna, before we start talking about town warrants, I just wanna, we have a dilemma here. It can be a political decision, or it can be how do you wanna approach it? If you wanna make the warrants really pass, we can apply surplus towards it, but that means, we can't apply as much surplus towards our budget. At the end of the day, it's all coming out of surplus, either we apply towards the budget or we apply against the warrants. I have no issue with applying it to either. However, I think things like a town truck for plowing, I think a $500,000 fire truck is essential to making this, and getting another full-time employee here. and keep it.
My thought was to go and take this percentage off. I was originally gonna do the 97, but now we're talking 37, off of the excess surplus and or excess revenues.
Okay,
And then I was gonna do the large items, the fire truck and the town truck.
right,
And then do the other large items on there and leave the smaller $15,000 and $20,000 items as just a,
the
regular-
legislative body call.
Sure.
Okay, I'm in agreement.
Can I just say for the recorder, the new budget, after these two adjustments, is $3,319,729. And that leaves, over 2022-23's budget is $37,919, which is a 1.1% increase over 2023 budget. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the number.
That's 22%.
that
So
sounds.
I was up by 1.01%.
Ron, where are you going?
I'll be back for the budget hearing.
You stay right here.
Hey, Ron,
This is when we finish this stuff.
Okay.
no, Ron, he's already here. Ron, I look forward to,
right.
no, I look forward to you coming back to the budget.
If you wanna see what's happening to your
My wife's
taxes,
not
you
home
stay
tonight
put.
anyway, so I'm on my own.
Oh, you give me a hard time, come on, be
I'm
nice.
just kidding you, Ron, you can,
I'll stay.
you can see it's basically zeroed out, so.
Yeah, I know, I love the conversations about applying surplus, because that's money we prepaid.
Exactly. It's
It's
your
not free money.
No,
But we're putting it
I
back
paid
towards,
that by 20% increase last year.
but we're putting it back towards the tax base, we could be putting it away
No, I
for rainy
understand,
day.
I get it.
yeah, and some of the things like, we had a mandate from the state last year to totally tear out our fuel pumps and put high-speed stuff in, and we were prepared to do that, but we got a different gentleman that we're dealing with, and they said not needed.
Well, the rules change.
Not right away.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to do the
Okay.
warrants, Justin, ready to go on the warrants? Wait a minute,
Yep.
we got one public comment?
Yeah, I need a clarification. Jeff, this is Jeff Crosby. Unless I'm mistaken, and I have been mistaken before, I don't think I'm up for election this year.
This is just an old copy, Jeff.
Oh, so
We
this
have a
one
revised
that
one.
says 2024 isn't
That-
accurate?
No, that has not been updated.
Okay,
The-
you had me
we're going
nervous.
From Article
Because I
5.
hadn't signed up, and I would have to do it by tomorrow.
Yeah,
And I was doing the math, and it doesn't work out.
No,
Actually, you had to sign up by Thursday and you no longer have a job.
I'll see you later, have a good night.
No, you're great, sir.
Alright,
We're starting with Article 5.
well, it's in the warrant right now,
Yeah.
the way it's listed.
The tax,
I was
the
hoping that you'd-
town clerk has not updated that for me
Okay,
yet.
that's all, I just, it
Okay.
scared
Get
me.
out of it that easy.
It scared me.
Yeah, you don't get off that easy.
I feel better now.
Okay,
No plowing next snow.
all right, let's go on, let's go through it, articles now.
Article 5, to see if the town will appropriate some $15,000 be added to the reevaluation.
No issue there.
No issue there, we'll leave the 15, now we're going so fast in this, cause this is
No,
our
I
third
know,
time.
a lot of these are standard.
Yeah.
And it's our third time going through them all, so.
Okay, for clarification, I had sent you guys an example of the Department of Revenue template. They do not put the words
Yeah.
spelled out. You wanna,
If you remember back,
We were talking about that earlier.
if you remember back, when we sent this out for review to our attorney,
attorney, yeah,
he asked us to write the number out and put the,
to keep it this way.
he
Okay,
did tell us that.
Okay,
And that's why I sent you back that note, I was used to your old format, but that
Okay.
was told to us by our town attorney.
Yes, but the town attorney's not the state. The state has their own recommendation.
yeah, yeah,
But the state doesn't cover our butt.
sure, they don't defend us.
But the thing is, I'm gonna say to all three selectmen and to the town administrator, mistakes have been made between the verbiage and the amount listed. We have
Yes.
done that in the past. We gotta make sure we have no mistakes with the verbiage.
Okay, you guys are my second set of
I've never
eyes.
made a mistake.
Oh, no, we don't,
Several times.
yes. And we have a
All
witness
right,
right
let's
there.
move on.
Let's move on.
Okay. All right.
Okay, number 6, 5K to the transfer station vehicle equipment maintenance fund. I have no
He's saying
problem with that.
problem. He's made it very low to bring.
Justin, did you have any comments on Article 6?
Well, I had just thought about bumping, increasing that to 10,000 and taking that money out of surplus, so it doesn't come from taxation.
Well, Justin, I wanted to do the larger ones on surplus if we could, and then see what's left, but, Woody brought that down this year himself, only because, he knows we need it in other departments, and we've done similar when he's needed the money to his department, so I would like to leave it at 5 only because that's what the department had asked for, and next year, if he has an item he needs, we'll bump his way up.
Yeah.
It's what we've been doing.
Yeah, I just was looking at the capital improvements plan, and we're gonna be in a rock and a hard place in the same scenario in a few years. He needs major repairs. I know he pushed this skid steer and the backhoe off, but
Well, remember, he has in his budget a repair line, this is just a replacement
For equipment.
equipment, so.
Okay, 7. 75K to the fire department, that's this is, for the fire emergency, vehicle capital reserve fund. This is for the ambulances, is that
No,
correct?
no, this is for,
No,
Or
this
the
is to
fire.
add to the fire truck.
Fire truck itself, this is for the, 70 to the reserve fund. We're gonna add 75, and Article 8 will buy it.
That's right. So we'll need less. Now, I do think we can fund that one, but I wanna fund the other ones first and then come back to that one.
All right,
Okay, so let's go to
9,
9, which is the fire truck that's gonna be is $499,740,
or Article 8 rather.
of which,
that's number 8.
8,
oh, I'm sorry, that's the one we're on.
yeah.
Yeah,
Go.
you said 9.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
just make-
So $499,740, of which, after number 7 gets approved, $443,000 will be in
that fund,
that fund.
correct.
And so we'll need a total of $56,740 down the bottom here.
The question, tax or surplus?
I would like to take that out of surplus. So if you wanna do that as your first surplus, is what I had in my notes.
And I.
Justin, how do you feel about that?
I mean, you're just relying on the townspeople to vote in that at a pretty high percentage, 18%.
What are you talking about?
18% on-
Oh, he's talking about
You're
Article
asking the
7.
townspeople for the
There would be a,
tax impact on 7, if they don't vote that in, how are we gonna fund the vehicle?
I'm gonna show you that after, Justin, if we just keep going. I wanna fund the largest items first, and then I'm gonna go back to the smaller,
Okay,
alright?
so we're saying surplus for now on number 8, Dave, you're correct?
Yes, surplus just for number 8 for now, Justin. I'm gonna go back to number 7 also.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay,
Now,
Okay,
9,
Then 9,
new ambulance, self-explanatory, because it comes out of the ambulance fund.
right, now, John changed that amount, Lean, I had an amount in here on my warrants.
Number 9,
Yes, he increased that amount to the full amount in the fund,
that's right.
which he had a bid of 257,800,
And he's got another bid coming in, but the 250,000 is a very plain Jane.
but he told us in this public meeting he was okay with that.
I understand, but I asked the department heads, if the number of the, see, if, what happened in the past is he went to order something for an ambulance, and the part that was critical to that piece,
He told us his 257,800 was complete, but now he wants to take and use all the money out of
he
it.
wants it available to use if he needs it, because sometimes there's accessories or other things that aren't defined. This
I don't
is
know,
all.
I just feel like we've had this time to get these quotes and bids done, and now we,
Well, the thing is, before he executes, we just have him come in and explain the expenditure.
Just for the record, he just lost his mom this week, so he's been a little preoccupied,
okay.
but, he did.
Anyway, there's no
confirm.
amount coming from
It's
taxation either
all
way.
money that we currently hold in a checking account, and it's all fee money from
From-
ambulance
And
services.
he'll just leave it in the fund if
If
it's.
it doesn't
Right,
use it.
if he doesn't need it, he won't withdraw it. He'll only use what he needs.
Alright, I don't have a problem with it.
I have no problem with that. Justin?
No, I'm good with it.
Okay. All right, I got, next one is 40K to the Highway Capital Reserve Fund.
Again, let's, just skip over that, just like the,
Article 7,
Article 7 for now, and now let's go to the next one. In the truck, the new truck for the highway department's 245,000. And at the time, there will be 108,000 in the highway capital reserve fund.
If the Article 10 passes.
Yeah, leaving us 137 from surplus, so I'd like to do the 137K from surplus, just like we spoke with Jeff about. So you're keeping your surplus amounts on your computer?
yep, I have.
Okay. So,
Agree with that. Justin?
now, we'll go down through the rest of them, number,
12,
to see if,
that's the employee.
do the employees, so I'm gonna put 75 over here, but not fund it just yet. Then I'm gonna go to 13, which will be 15,000 for the police vehicle, and we'll leave that at 15K.
Justin? You still with me?
Oh, same thing, might as well just, yeah, I'm with you. I'm
Okay.
just listening to his take.
So I'm
Okay.
not funding that yet either. And then 14,
Yeah.
the $5,000 for the land purchase capital reserve fund.
You
which-
know, I'd be willing to drop that completely, because that says,
Well, no, we're trying to keep for the we're trying to keep for the capital improvement plan, a small amount of money,
All right.
just to follow the capital improvement plan.
It's only a penny,
So-
depending.
5K there, leave that one. And now, the milfoil one is a no
it's no
voter,
brainer.
so that's it.
The 15's fine.
Conservation,
16,
16, we're,
I like to strike 16 based upon the information we got on email.
so we got an email, Justin, I'm not sure if you were CC'd on it, but
No, those are the minutes of their meeting.
the meeting minutes from the Board of Assessors, cause we asked them to give us some clarification on why they wanted that warrant article, and they said after meeting with the Dunbarton Conservation Commission at their December 19th, 2023 meeting, the board felt that they had a better understanding of the commission's use of the funds received from land use change tax and will not pursue any changes at this time.
That's exactly what we wanted to see. Remember, we had no information last time.
So we're gonna strike Article 16, Lean?
Yep,
All in favor, yeah, on that one? Justin,
No,
yes? Kaminsky, yes? Okay, that's it,
Jane off, yes.
okay, that's good.
Number 17 is housekeeping,
Right,
and number 18,
is a opinion vote.
it's an opinion vote for the Dunbarton Town Power. Now, being the Lias and Selectmen on that group and have gone over it, and being the one that has explained it the majority of the time, along with the guy representing the Dunbarton Community
Option 2 is the
Power.
only one to have.
Option 2 is what I believe should
The
happen.
thing is, option 1, it says nothing.
Doesn't say enough, and we're gonna get shut down from it.
Right, I think option 2 is the only way to go. Justin, what do you agree?
Yep, I'm in favor of option 2 as well.
Option 2, one has a very terse paragraph, option 2 has a more lengthy explanation of what we're doing. And so we're going with the explanation for the voters.
We got it.
Now, going back all the way to the first articles, Article 5, I wanna leave unfunded.
When you,
Article 6, leave unfunded,
reading from taxes.
I wanna leave it as taxes.
yeah, concur,
Unfunded from surplus is what I meant.
okay.
Yeah.
Article number 7, I'd like to do surplus at 75K.
How's the surplus looking
We
already?
have plenty.
75, you wanna try to do that as well?
I know we can, I
Oh,
already.
no, I know, I'm just gonna remove this, I'm gonna put this here, 293. And we're gonna change that to 75,000.
Yeah,
I concur with that.
That leaves 218,283, based on Article 11 and Article 8's use. You still
Okay.
have 218.
so
Okay.
do Article 7, you're gonna take 75 more.
1 minute, yeah, wait a
You
minute.
just did that, I thought.
I don't think-
No, that was fine, Article 7 is 75,000, so you want it from surplus, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be 0 there. And I'm gonna put a note from surplus.
I'll do this first stab and then we'll look at.
Oh, I think we're going on good. Justin, you sound off if you disagree, okay?
Alright,
Well,
got
same
it,
thing, I moved numbers around, still leaving some there for the town to actually.
Yeah, I wanna make sure we apply some towards taxes at the end, Dave.
alright, so based
We're gonna
on the
apply-
3 uses, we have 218,282.
Alright. Number 8 and 9 are taken care of now.
10.
Now we wanna do 10, I'd like the 40K to come from surplus.
That, because it's gonna be used in the
For the
next,
truck.
like, 11.
Alright, so I'm gonna change that to, highway.
And the last one I wanna use is number 12, the 75K for the new highway employee out of surplus, and leave 13 and 14, 15 and 5 alone.
I agree with that. Why do we not,
I don't,
12, why do we wanna have,
Hold on, let's just go,
12?
yeah,
Article 12?
do 12 out of surplus for me, Lean, and then see how much we have left.
Alright, 1 second
hey, just so you, so I let you guys know my thoughts on 12, I really think, you know, our idea of bringing that article to the voters originally kind of defeats the purpose if we're gonna fund it with surplus.
I agree. because
Well,
we-
you need to bring it to the voters anyway.
Right, but the thing is, voters,
Yeah, but we could've gone right around them and put it in our budget, not even.
I know, but we chose at Jeff's meeting to not do that and make sure the people fully know that it's funded.
but the problem is, Dave,
Yeah, but I'm saying, putting that surplus towards it doesn't give them the ability to vote, yes, they could vote yea or nay.
no,
But
when,
where's that surplus?
when you have zero cost, when you have zero cost impact to the taxpayer, they're not putting any skin in the game per se. To me, it's
Well,
like,
they are,
yeah.
that's their money.
right,
Yeah, but they don't understand the tax implication next
The
year.
tax implication is gonna be right here on it. Just follow me through for a minute
If you
when
take
we
it
do.
from surplus, it's gonna say 0. So they're not gonna understand that next year, their taxes are gonna go up 20 cents a thousand.
Correct.
That's the.
Why are they not gonna understand when it's labeled right there on the warrant?
no, it's not gonna be labeled on the warrant,
It's not gonna be.
It's gonna be
If
0.
it's taken from surplus. the
It'll be
tax
But we
is
can
not
put the
gonna
note
be
down there like we've
0%.
done in the past, that it'll cost 18 cents. Which we've done in the past.
Alright. We're talking Article 12,
Article 12.
the full-time highway employee,
Yeah, so do the 75 and see what we have left.
okay, so,
Dave, I agree with Justin, I think we should leave it on
Let's
this.
see how much we have left.
But the thing is, whatever's left is gonna be returned to the voters
How is it gonna be returned?
by lowering the tax rate, and we gotta put some money towards our rainy day fund. Those two things I wanna make sure we have enough.
478,000 in the rainy
Let's-
day fund,
Right,
sitting there.
right.
I don't think we need any more sitting there doing
okay,
nothing.
so right now we have Article 8, using 56,740, we have Articles 11, using 137,000, we have Article 7, using 75,000, and we have Article 12, using 75,000. That leaves 143,283 remaining in
Still left.
2023's lapsing.
And had you
surplus,
taken the 37,000 out of there?
which was for,
That is the difference between this year's budget and last year's budget.
oh, no, I haven't.
Did you
Yeah,
take
that's
out
what it is.
Article 10, the 40,000 for Article 10 that he wanted to fund as well?
That's
thought we
surplus,
held off
that's
on
gonna be about surplus.
I thought we held off on that, no?
No, he added, it's to be funded by surplus.
Alright, 1 second here, let me get that.
That's what he wanted to do in his
Article.
proposed plan.
It's Article 10 from surplus, and that was for,
Why don't you read us how many articles you have from?
40,000.
should have Article 7,
7,
Article 8
yes,
for 56,000, Article 10 for 40,000.
yeah,
You should have 75,000 for Article 12,
yeah,
137 for Article 11. And that's it.
and there's two 75,000s. The
One is
employee,
one is for 12,
and one's for the, fire truck CRF deposit.
that's right.
Alright, so all combined, those totaled 383,740, so that leaves 143,283.
Same number you gave us.
Did I do that right?
Sounds right.
56,740. 75,000 for CRF deposit. 137 for the truck. 75,000 for the employee. And 40,000 for a capital reserve CRF deposit. Who's is that for, 40,000? Is that the truck?
40,000 is dump truck for
Dump
Jeff.
truck, CRF deposit, right?
Yeah. So now if we take the difference between last year's budget and this year's budget increase of 37,919
Okay, that's what you wanna do.
off of there,
Right.
so our budget basically is flat to last year.
Minus,
Then we have,
A little bit, we can put in reserve a little bit, maybe 47, and 100 towards, tax rate?
91.
no, we're taking 37 out again just for that,
Oh,
to
okay.
flatten it.
To flatten it,
budget, so it's
understood.
flat.
Oh, I didn't wanna do that, sorry.
And then we got still a lot of money to put towards the tax
Reserve.
rate and or
All right,
reserve rate.
I like to see this department here.
Yeah, I wanna speak to the employee thing.
Yeah,
I understand what you're doing, Dave, and it's a noble thing. I don't think we should do it, because moving forward, the ramifications, I should say, of hiring a full-time person. The 75,000 isn't actually for a full year.
that's like
it's
3/4 of a year.
So that number's gonna increase on its own.
But you're gonna speak to it.
That, yeah, but then the following year, it's gonna be included in, except for the insurance side, I believe, but all the salary will be included in my operating budget.
Yeah.
I can't leave my operating budget at
Flat.
619,000, it's gonna have to go up. So I understand what you're saying, and it softens the blow this year, but I think it will spread it out,
You're
so
missing the point.
it'll hit you harder next year.
So we have this surplus.
Yep.
Right? It's not gonna hit us hard next year.
Yeah, well,
If we don't apply this surplus to the warrants and or the tax rate, it goes to the rainy day fund, which just sits here.
Or go back to lower the tax rate too.
I said both.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and by putting it towards this, you're lowering the tax rate as well.
Yeah, I hear
Okay.
ya.
But the reason why I'm doing it is it goes into the rainy day fund, Jeff, which sits there.
yeah, no, I know.
We already have $478,000 sitting there doing nothing. Our taxpayers' money. The DRA likes to see us around 5%.
Yep,
That's not quite 5%, but I think it's a substantial amount of money when you're in a town
but I
of
just,
ours.
it's gonna bite you, because you take that 20 cents and you don't use it this year, next year it's gonna be on the top of your list. You won't even get to talk about it, it'll be 20 cents,
It'll be in the budget.
it'll be in the budget.
That's like that for everybody.
But buying a truck isn't, cause if you buy with a truck, it's paid for, it goes away. This budget, this individual's gonna be ongoing. And I believe you're spreading it, yeah, it's an increase, nobody wants to see an increase. But then next year, you're gonna have other items that come ahead, that
We'll
people
have
need to do.
surplus and put it towards those items every year we do.
Then why are we ending up with so much surplus?
Well,
Is that because we're,
no,
We had
there's a couple-
additional rooms and meals and that
Real
type of
meals is
cost.
beyond expectations.
okay, fine.
Yeah,
But-
166,000.
Why wouldn't you wanna take that and increase our capital reserve funds?
What capital reserve?
All of
funds?
it. Across the-
All of them.
Well, we're.
Well, like Woody paid his down to 5, if we've got that extra money in the surplus, put it to something that is gonna pay us dividends down the road. And I mean, I understand cutting the tax rate and softening, I'm all about that, my taxes go up too. But all these additional expenses that the town is gonna need.
Dave,
Let's figure out what we're gonna do with the rest of the
Yeah,
money
that's fine.
first.
no, but the thing is, I agree with him in the sense that if the town pays for it this year, next year, we don't have another 100K hit.
Yeah.
Next year, we're having a 100K hit to start the year off, a
Yes.
100K hit. Because the budget goes up
I can't take
100K.
it out of my operating budget, I
Right.
have to add it to my.
It'll be added, a 100K hit, budget goes up, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be flat next year, it goes up 100K because we're hiring.
This year was pretty level for all intents and purposes. But right out of the gate next year, I'm gonna say, hey, I need a 700,000, whatever.
I like your idea, don't let it sit on the table, let's put it into our capital reserve funds across the way, let's bring up Woody's fund a little bit more, let's plus up some of the other funds over.
We don't need to bring their funds up, we just pay them. We have other funds there that are unfunded now. Whether you put it in his employee, or you put it in the other $15,000 or $20,000 ones, if you
But-
guys rather,
But the thing is, you see the gentleman in the back row, we're talking about his money. Maybe we should just give it back to the people in the back row.
Yeah, some people like
it doesn't go back, the school's gonna gobble it up, let me tell you.
No,
Some
but
people
it's
like
tax,
that
it's
idea.
taxpayers' money. We can go on the
I
tax
just-
rate more.
Maybe
Alright,
it's
can I
just
give
a
you a-
psychological thing with me, but
Can I give you a
just.
balance of what's remaining?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just put my articles in order, cause we were kinda talking out of order. So Article 7, you wanna apply 75,000 from surplus. Article 8, fire truck, you want to use $56,740 from surplus. Article 10, the CRF deposit for the highway, you wanna use $40,000. Article 11, for the highway truck, you wanna withdraw, you wanna use $137,000. Article 12, you wanna use 75,000, and then the budget increase over 2023 is 37,919, that leaves 65,364 remaining in the lapsing surplus.
Okay, so then let's do this.
Okay, I've made some lines.
We're gonna do this, then, and we'll follow your guidance. Put 15,000 towards this reevaluation,
What article you
Article 5.
on?
Yeah.
5, yeah,
We'll pay for the 5,000 on Article 6.
Wait a minute,
no, this is proposed.
wait a minute, what are you saying then?
I'm saying to pay for them out of surplus.
Okay, so subtract 15 for.
They'd rather do vehicles instead of just person, so we're gonna leave.
No, but what about the concept of returning to the taxpayer?
Hey,
We are right here through this.
Yeah, yes, we
There'll
are.
be no
Yes, we are. Yeah,
taxation.
I see what you're saying, I see what,
No,
okay.
but listen,
Yeah,
Only
right
if they
now,
vote yes on that.
yeah,
Let me
exactly.
get,
Can
let
I-
me
can I
get through
speak
my
here?
ideas
Okay,
first.
keep going, let you speak,
okay,
you got the floor, Dave,
Alright. 5,000 onto Article 6.
yeah,
Article 6, 5,000 minus, okay, yep, got it. $60,000 remaining,
Skip over Jeff's on Article 12 and take that out.
okay, number 12, I will delete
Leave
it,
all 75,000 to be voted on the floor.
got it, back up to 135,364,
Go to Article 13, pay for the 15,000 through the police vehicle.
alright, 13,
Put the 5K in the land purchase fund as surplus.
that one is 13, I got that, and then number 14,
Because all other warrant articles are either vehicles and or capital reserve funds. The only employee is Article 12, all the other ones will be funded. Now, did you do the 37,919 lean out of it also?
it's still there, where it will show up, it will be, oops, one second. It will, the operating budget, which is number 4, it will say, this is the amount we have, and this surplus will be shown less than 37,919.
So, how much has you got left now?
115,364.
My thought is put that 115,000 towards our,
Okay.
the
Tax.
tax.
and lower the tax.
Which is the operating budget.
In other words, we're returning money to the people in the back row.
Well, we are on all of this.
I know, but the thing is, it's, go ahead, Leo, I'm open for a comment.
Yeah, well, I've been waiting here. So, and what I'm.
Where we going wrong?
Looking at this here, and, you know, Jeff's correct, because I think what you're doing is, what you were, now you're changing things, but what you were doing was taking it out of surplus, which we've already given you that money to use for the town. So this is our money now. So what you were basically doing on number 12, on Article 12, was taking the people out of the equation and just saying, we got it already here. It's not right. The next year, we gotta pay for it, just like we get the police, we get money for the police for the police department, and then the next year we have to fund it all
Yeah,
ourselves.
but Dave changed our.
Right, now I said the point is moot, but I just wanted to make a point that when you're taking all of that surplus money, it is our money. And it's not your right to just spend it as you see.
Well, it's our responsibility to spend it judiciously.
Judiciously, right, exactly. So you've gotten this much money ahead now.
And the thing is, I think Dave met us halfway in the sense that we're gonna return money to the voters.
Right, and I'm
they're gonna
saying,
make
the
a
point is
decision.
moot, I just want to make
Yeah.
the point that
So noted, the thing is, I
you're
agree with
taking
you.
it away from the voter.
I'm on your side there, I agree with your point of view.
Go ahead.
I just got one more thing I wanna add. I've got my blinders on here, I'm just thinking highway department. What we're talking about tonight, we got beyond the employee part. But when we're looking at the numbers, we're talking about probably or possibly purchasing a new six-wheel dump truck. We're gonna take all our money out of the capital reserve fund, we're gonna zero that out.
Which
So
is
that-
normal.
Which is normal, but looking at the big picture, we've got a truck that's fairly new, but it's 9 years old now. Our 554 1 ton, 100,000 miles, are very close to it. So we're gonna have to be purchasing another one of those, or we will probably need to purchase another one of those sometime in the near future. Well, we're starting back out at zero on that, it's gonna take us several years to get enough
Well,
money.
just remember, we bump you by like 40,000 a year.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, we gotta be conscious of all that.
Look into the
But
future.
listen,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We are
is-
conscious
yeah.
of it. and I'm
So
not
that's what I
saying-
mean, taking all the surplus and putting it on stuff like that. Those capital reserve funds are huge moving
They
forward.
offset
Yeah.
major spikes in the
Yeah.
tax rate.
And that's why we have it.
Yeah.
You'll
That's what I
see,
mean, they're
I
huge.
implemented the one for the police department,
Yeah.
cause they didn't have one.
Yeah, but
So-
like I said, they're huge moving forward.
I understand them, and that's how our fire truck is almost all funded.
Yeah.
Our ambulance is funded, not through capital reserve, but
Yeah.
through the fund set up for them. So, I'm right, I think that you guys do need those in those funds. The thing is, we've lowered different departments' funds that don't have a need that year, and then we've increased the ones that do.
But the thing is, here we are,
Travel.
now we're gonna have two vehicles, not just one vehicle in the highway department.
Exactly, our operating costs are gonna go up, like it or not, that's just the way it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm talking just not about anybody else, my blinders are on the highway
Yeah,
department.
fuel's gonna go up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, so.
It's gonna go up.
It's a big step, and I do think we should soften the blow, cause next year it's gonna bite us in the butt. Cause we're gonna need something else, we'll wanna put another 40,000 in our capital reserve, so we're gonna be up there
Well,
asking for 40,000.
Well, you're right,
Plus
it's
100,000
always
for
gonna,
employee. Yeah,
it's always gonna go up, and what
Yeah.
we're trying to do is minimize the impact to the voters by
Yeah.
spreading the money around to the different avenues we need to. That's why when the police came in for a full-time officer, I said, they're not gonna get the backing of the select board this year, cause we need a full-time highway employee. So,
The thing is,
You know,
my thing is, I don't like the spikes. I think, I mean, if the fire department came in and I need $500,000 to go buy a fire truck,
yeah, we couldn't afford
no.
that in one shot.
you know, we're fortunate our department heads are doing what they can
Yeah,
with minimal vehicles, really. You could
Yeah.
go out and get a vehicle, another $100,000 more than that one for the same truck, just because you want all the bells and whistles.
yes,
And John could do the same thing.
exactly.
So, let's bring it back, so the only thing, very few things will be going with, except the employee will go to the legislative body, correct?
Well, it all goes to the legislative body.
But that's the one we're not gonna fund with surplus.
That's right.
I concur with that.
Okay,
Justin, I wanna hear from you, Justin?
I mean, I think we should leave number 5 and let the voters vote on it. I know it's something we have to do, and we're gonna have to pay for it, I think we should just leave it in there.
the reval, it's a penny,
Cost, so,
4 cents is the reval.
yeah, 3.5 cents, I think, and just put that money back towards,
Well,
lowering the
show me where you wanna put it towards. Show me where it is. What
You
dollar?
have a copy of his
Number
email.
5. Number 5.
I gave you his breakdown.
Drop the tax rate.
Where you drop, show me where you wanna drop it on.
He wants a fund 5 from taxes, not from
Yeah, but
surplus.
show me where you wanna drop the tax rate, Justin. On the,
Why can't the surplus go to drop the tax?
we just put 115,000 surplus.
Can
So
I
we're
just,
gonna put that other 15,000, what does that matter?
What do you mean, what does it matter?
No, what he's saying is let the voters make the decision on 5. and
The voters make the
No, but
decision on every
but
article.
return more money at the end, let them raise it by taxes that way, let them vote on it. Am I reading you correct, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
alright,
At the end of the day, it's the same tax implications, but it's putting the money back to the
Okay,
tax
so
rate.
we've
if
taken,
If the people do wanna vote this down, they can vote that down, but they're gonna have to pay
Article
for it
5.
next year.
so
It
we've
gives you the
taken,
ability for the voter to make the decision as opposed to us making the complete decision for them.
It's the same
you
argument.
guys are giving that argument, but the voters can either say yay or nay on it, regardless.
But when
And then the warrant doesn't pass and the money automatically goes back.
but the issue is, Dave, when you have a zero tax impact, it's like, well, no, I'm gonna vote for it anyway, don't have tax impact.
Psychological.
Exactly, psychological, and that's what Justin's getting to.
You know, we've had other years like this before, and I've told the voters what the tax impact is on every one of these as we've gone down through them.
Right, but the tax impact here, instead of being, it will be zero.
Why don't we leave them all then, and then put it all back here and let them vote on every one?
No, I think,
Because that's what we've always done. I've been doing this for 9 years now, and this is the way we do it. Now, you say, well, let's just put it back towards the taxes, we can do that, but it's
But
like
you do-
washing one hand to the other.
you're doing both, but I think it's,
I'm showing the
Gotta be
reasonableness,
balanced. We can't just go with, find out all the warrant articles, and then just put the excess to there, and then, or vice versa. There's gotta be a balance.
and that's what I was doing.
but there's only one now, Dave, is what he's saying, the only one you do now is 12.
Alright, I just wanna get.
In other words, we gotta compromise here, put a few more, let the voters decide on a few more, because it's their tax dollars, and put a little bit more at the end of the day to lower the tax bill, am I correct, Justin?
Yeah, so my thoughts on 5, let the voters decide, leave that,
Okay,
that out of Dave's
you have,
equation.
you have the floor, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think 6 should go to 10,000, that should come from surplus,
Okay,
Wait a minute, 610,
and then I'm okay with all the rest getting funded, as long as 12 doesn't, and we allow the voters to decide on that.
I'm not okay bringing 6 up to 10 with the department that didn't ask for it.
I would rather, Justin,
I think we should, because just like Jeff's argument, you know, he's gonna want equipment soon too, so what are we gonna do? We keep kicking us down the road, and then we're gonna have these major increases, what is the difference?
Well, he has a balance in there, 44,952 right now. Adding 5K to that, will bring it up close to $50,000. And on the year he wants that piece of equipment, we generally lower down, like Jeff's in the fire department, increase his.
hey Justin, would you be more comfortable with adding a few more dollars to the highway reserve, capital fund? Because he's got 2 vehicles now, it was only designed for 1. Three.
Well, if that passes, he's gonna have 3, so he's gonna seriously need some money in his.
Right, and if we, as it stands now, we're gonna empty it, why don't we add another 10,000 in there, so he at least has some money in there? Now let's bring it up to 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got the department chair here,
What are we doing on number 6 now? We're on to
6,
Is
Dave recommends keeping it at the same.
I think we should bring it up to 10. It's gonna be in the same boat as Jeff is talking about.
Okay,
He's gonna have it.
Why is he in the same boat? Look at the funds in the fund.
Jeff has 0.
He's
Will
gonna
it?
have $50,000 in his fund, Justin.
it will go down to 0 though.
No, I'm talking about,
Yeah, and then
I'm talking about transfer
what's
stations.
the average cost of a skid
Oh.
steer?
Oh,
About 80,000. What's the average cost of a backup? Well over 100. What's the average cost of a roll-up truck? 350,000. I mean, let's be realistic with some numbers.
I'm going to be realistic, you want me to be realistic with you, Justin? On the next roll-off truck, we're gonna hire trucking for that department, but we're no longer gonna have a truck sitting there. And on that skid steer being $80,000, if we got 50,000 and we gotta have 30 in it for next year, or the year after that, or the year after that, we're gonna put more in it next year. So, I don't think that I have to worry about adding more to this since the department head didn't ask for it.
What about Article 10, Dave, could you increase that one? So we won't- I
I
wanna
don't
bring it.
care, if you wanna leave more in Jeff's.
we don't have to take all the money out of the capital.
Well, you're gonna need
We
majority.
need it.
Yeah,
Truck.
we're zeroing mine out to make the formula work.
Right, but if you had 10 left in there, you could have some, a reserve and.
That's my honest belief, the capital reserve funds for any department, police, fire,
Yep.
any of us, are very very, very important. And it took a number of years, like Dave said, he helped institute that. It took a number of years for the town to get on board on it, and I think they've worked out well. And I think when you're talking about the surplus, it's a good place to put the
When,
surplus
when
money.
other areas have needed it, you lower yours
Yeah,
down.
we all
Then we
see that.
increase them, and we've done that, and then we juggled it for the departments, it works really good.
Okay, let's bring it to a conclusion. Dave, you wanna compromise a little bit on some of these?
Can I run through it one more time?
We're gonna do it one more time,
Okay,
just finalize.
I've put the surplus articles that you wanna spend in order, so that I'm not going back and forth.
Okay. Article 5, we'll leave it the way it is,
With what? From
I'm in
taxes?
favor of leaving it the way it is.
that's from taxes,
5,000 from taxes, which is a,
15,000 from taxes.
excuse me, 15, which is a 4-cent tax impact,
Gotcha,
okay?
okay.
Got it.
Article 6, I'm gonna concur with David, I'd like to leave it at 5,000 from taxes.
I didn't have that from taxes, it was coming
No,
out of
from
surplus.
surplus,
Okay, surplus, I can live with that,
Surplus.
I can live with that.
so it's article?
6 surplus, 5K, agreed?
And I'm changing it back, okay.
Justin, speak up here now. Article 7. Surplus. 75K.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Article 8. 56.7 from surplus.
That's correct, I got it.
Article 9. It's 0, no impact.
No impact.
Article 10. I'd like to raise that to $50,000 from surplus.
I just don't understand why we're doing that, if we're giving him an extra 10, why can't we put this?
Because his balance, he's got 2 trucks, he fields 3 trucks on the road, he's added a new truck, and we're gonna empty this majority of his account to buy the vehicle.
You realize it's not for maintenance money though, right? It's for capital improvements, for buying new vehicles.
Yeah,
Yes.
for the new future.
Yes, absolutely.
Just wanna make sure.
Right, it's 9 years old. Justin, any more discussion on that 10?
We're going to,
No, I don't, no,
You say no?
we're not gonna move the other one, we're not gonna move the other one, I don't, why are we moving this?
Okay, I hear you, Dave, I want input from you. You wanna leave it?
Well, Woody's isn't zeroed out, like you said, this one's zeroed out.
No,
That's the only reason I
that's the only
agree
reason.
with leaving this one at 50.
Okay, yeah, Justin, you overruled, we're gonna leave this one at, bring it up to 50K
from surplus,
from surplus.
okay.
Okay, Article 11,
137 from surplus.
I agree.
Yep,
Article 12 from taxes.
yep,
Article 13,
From surplus.
from surplus.
Article 14 from surplus.
hang on, Justin, you didn't say anything on 13, are you happy with that?
Wasn't that originally 10,000, why are we moving that up to?
I can tell you why, because we didn't do hardly any, cause
There's
we
an
were down
email.
2 police officers, and we were covering with the part-timers, so we did none of the special duty. So our special duty balance is really low. When he comes to get another, police car next year, which is his every other year, there wouldn't be enough funds if he didn't increase that by 5,000.
It'd be a greater impact on taxpayers.
So,
If we got the surplus, put it in there.
yeah,
Article 14. Justin, you okay on 13 now?
Yeah, same thing, it's what it is.
Okay, 14,
that's 5,000 from surplus.
No. No.
you wanna make it from taxes?
That should be it. I think it should be from taxes, so that, same thing, the voters can decide if they wanna continue to put money. into
I'm gonna agree with Justin there.
In 1 penny, but.
Yeah, I'll agree with Justin there. Yeah, I think we gotta balance it out, as Justin recommended. I'm with you, Justin. Dave, we're gonna go overrule on that one.
Taxes,
Taxes.
alright, let me
Okay.
change here.
15, no impact.
No, yeah, I'm okay with that.
16 was strucken. 17 was no impact, I think we did them all.
Alright, can I run through them
Yeah,
again?
And we're going with option 2 on 18?
Option two, yes, we went with option two, if you, Dave and I went with it because it has more information, it kinda explains what we're doing for the voters. Now,
Yep, okay with that.
I'm leaning towards agreeing with Dave, how much do we wanna grow the rainy day fund, for the small town? We have close to four sixty-four.
$478,000.
Right now.
I
And
don't think we should grow it at all.
then, the thing is that then the remaining money should be returned to taxpayers.
Do you wanna know that amount?
Yes.
Alright, with the final changes you just discussed, removing the reval and removing the land purchase, leaving the 37,900 to the operating budget, lapsing surplus is 110,364.
How were you at 115 before, now we took two
I
articles
missed
out?
one, there was that talk about 15 to 10, 10 to 15, I missed that, put them in order. Keep adding,
Okay, well, we're gonna double check it out.
Cause he added 10 to the highway vehicle reserve.
Yeah, we did add
Oh,
10.
yeah, that'd be 120, so that's right.
Okay, so we have a 110, 364. Does that, the question is, that goes back to the taxpayer.
right,
So show me on what line are you
I'm in favor
applying
of
that
that,
to?
all going back to the taxpayer to bring down the tax rate. I don't think we need to put any more money in the rainy day fund.
Okay, where we have consensus there.
Back
so the
to
one,
tax.
110 and 37,919 would be applied to surplus?
No,
No, nothing,
I mean, to the operating budget?
yes,
Okay, so that total would be 148,283, we could just do 148 for round numbers.
Okay.
how'd you get to 148?
because he adds 37 on
Because we
top
have
of 110.
37,919 that you wanted
will
up
lower it.
there earlier.
Justin, you understand that?
You add it to it or take it?
Okay, we lowered the,
Why would you add it to it?
no, we lowered the budget by 37,000. Okay, the operating budget, because we took some money out of the
Surplus.
surplus, not surplus,
I'm
but,
just combining both
Yeah.
numbers.
yeah, just combine those.
I'm
So you're
combining-
basically taking the 3281,810 minusing 110. Cause we
Yeah,
lowered it
why-
already to last year's budget.
I'm happy with this.
These two numbers. Comes to 148.
I'm not, but you outvoted me, so.
Would you wanna keep it round, 148,000, so if I subtract
Ouch.
148 minus.
148, we said.
800, that brings the, to raise from taxes, 2,178,229. Based on the 2020 reval, it brings the, make sure I get this right here. Appropriations, 3,319,729, minus the projected revenues, which is 1,289,500, minus the use of surplus, which is 148. That leaves net to raise from taxes, 2,178,229, times the 410,451 and change, the projected tax rate for the operating budget, and,
470.
So Lean, you had already taken the 37,919 out.
right, but
That's
now
why
I
you
added it,
back in, okay.
I put the 40,
Okay, yeah,
changed it to
understood.
148.
So what did it come out to?
$5.31. Doesn't sound right.
It's not right.
No, it's not.
You were at 509 before we had anything.
Yeah, we just
Town
added,
tax rate was 442.
Let's see here,
take your time.
voted, revenue, minus revenue, oh, okay, I gotta put a pot, 148. I had a negative, I'm sorry. $4.59, so that would be a 17-cent increase over last year's municipal tax rate, and that included the warrant articles. Our warrant articles come to 23 cents with the ones that we're raising from taxes.
Was it 459?
$4.59, correct. For just the operating budget.
Can you read me those last numbers you had there again?
Which ones?
Read me that last bunch.
the warrants or the
No, I haven't
operating
either.
budget? Okay, I had a, in parentheses, but I subtracting the two numbers. I have the, budget that you guys have proposed, which I had just changed, 33,19729,
Yeah,
minus the 1,289,500, which is the projected
Thank you.
revenues.
Ron, come back, we're not done.
I'm not gonna listen to these numbers 16 more times, I'm sorry.
Minus the 148,000 leaves 1,882,229. Divided by the assessment, 410,451,695. I'm saying that wrong, is $4.59.
And we were 442 last year,
Yep, but that included
so 442 minus 459 is
17 cents,
we went to 17 cents.
plus the warrant articles, 23 cents. That's based on 2023's assessment. Now, I pointed out to the board, building departments issued 25 new home permits after April 1st to current. And if you take just the value of a structure conservatively at 300,000, when we all know that the houses are selling for 850.
You're telling us that's for October.
This is for October. We could potentially add additional taxable assessment,
Get Ron back in here.
$7,500,000. That times last year's tax rate, 25.27, gives us $191,000 in tax revenue. That's the added revenue over our projected revenues,
Till the school gets it.
until the
School gets it.
But if they're on the higher end, it could go up as high as 12,500,000.
And plus Reuben Meals can come in too.
Correct, so these are things that we don't have as part of this proposal,
Now
but
we
the,
give
the
the electric
new-
company
new
the
home-
rebate.
that's the
But we
only other
budgeted
thing,
for that.
is the utility values. Hopefully they start to climb up now, they're getting permits, they're upgrading poles, you would think that the values on the utilities
Plus,
would
you
go
know,
up.
remember that,
Instead
that little company got a little bit, that substation's gonna be more revenue too.
That's
That's
why
not
I wanted,
happening
that's why I wanted to fund the warrant articles, cause when you get all that extra money.
Yeah,
All that extra money.
the problem is,
You'll find a place to spend it, trust me.
the problem is, we're raising the tax rate a little bit, because, like, part of the warrant includes raising the tax rate for the employee.
Yes,
And that's not gonna disappear next year, it's gonna be right there.
it's gonna continue to be ongoing.
In other words, next year's tax rate is gonna go up more if we didn't put it,
It
in
would
this
go
year.
up twice
Yeah,
for that year.
Yeah.
I think.
well,
Goes
I
up by the
understand where you're
same
going,
amount.
I see where you're going. I think
If you paid them twice, it would go up twice. but
okay,
if you
I'm
pay
gonna open
them
up to the
once,
public,
it doesn't.
any more comments from the public?
I'm happy.
Thank
Justin,
goodness.
anything?
Justin, for you,
Good.
good. We were gonna have a workshop, I think we worked it out tonight.
We were not gonna have a workshop.
Well,
Just don't get mad at me if the spelling's wrong, you guys are gonna have to
Okay.
get in here.
one of the things that, because of Dave, we're gonna I want all selectmen to make sure that the numbers on the warrants match the physical, the spelling matches the numbers.
Yeah, but if you leave something small like that in there, gives everybody in the crowd something to do.
Something to pick on.
Way out here. Yeah, and then if we give them that, they'll let Jeff's employee go right through.
And the thing is, I don't need Ron Slocum to do that in the middle of a meeting, I think Jeff Trexler picked up on that one time in the middle of a meeting too.
Alright,
Alright, I think we did it.
how does everyone feel about what you've decided? Do we wanna make a motion to accept what you just,
Lean, I'd like you,
just to give me some?
I'd like to make a motion that we, accept all changes as we submitted them to the town administrator tonight.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Kaminsky, yes.
Dean, yes.
Okay, we just gotta go through the mailbox now.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay,
Justin, if I knew you were gonna be this difficult, I wouldn't have had you in as selectman.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Can't always have it your way.
Apparently not.
and Justin, thank you for being your own man. Alright, going through mailbox now. Woody sent us an email, I give him kudos for trying to save some dollars, but he can't save some dollars this way. Once we issue boots to the employee and they leave, that's their boots, I mean, you can't recycle the boots. You can't bill them for the boots because it's part of personal protective equipment we give them. And so the boots was no, but the thing is, he's trying to work with Lean to work on a mechanism where we can get a credit for any training they have to go to.
It's in your packet.
Yes, the question is, we have to sign a policy, and if we adopt this policy, supposedly, we can, get credit for people who are no-shows through this mandatory training at DES. So, DES, yeah, thank you, Dave, I was right. So I'm all in favor of adopting the policy. Gentlemen, how do you feel about this? Adopt the policy?
Draft it, yep.
Yep, okay, well, all three selectmen,
Adopt it?
adopted, yeah, it's,
Yeah, I thought you said drop it.
no, adopted,
I think you were saying draft it, but
okay. But the thing is,
This would be part of the new hire
Working the
enrollment
packet.
packet, where they would sign this document that if they,
highway department only.
no, transfer station.
transfer station.
Oh, got a transfer
You
station.
Okay, yeah, it's an example, okay, so let Woody know that we'll
You're gonna
implement that.
You're gonna make a motion and adopt it.
Well,
Sign.
we,
Motion's been made, I'll second the motion.
to adopt it, but this does not require a signature, this is per individual.
Yeah, but down below is the policy where the selectmen approved the language and the verbiage on that.
Yep, sign it, Mike.
No, it's
All
not,
in favor, Justin?
no, it's not,
Yeah.
no, we have to
Eno,
adjust,
yes.
point of order, the document does not match what we're voting on.
Okay, this area here is what will be included in the personnel plan.
Okay,
Okay, I print your name and no longer working for the town of
Understood.
Dunbarton, okay, sign and date. Board of Selectmen adopted this wording
okay,
tonight, yes, we agree, and then this is how we're going to follow and have the employee sign.
then Kaminsky, he changed his vote to hold, to adopt. Yes, Kaminsky, yes. Justin, you've gotta come in and sign this document when you return. Dave, please,
Okay.
be so kind. For the record, Justin approved it.
What's today's date, 1/25?
Correct.
I couldn't see the loose end, right, that's what I remember this
Okay,
date for.
This is just an email, from the chief, he sent an email, he agreed with, removing his warrant for the full-time police officer.
And that's where the $5,000 increase came in, Justin, he sent, in light of removing his full-time position, he'd like the board to consider increasing the capital reserve for the
And
department.
I have no problem, is that lessens the spikes in the tax rate. All right, we have another item here.
Except not for Woody's department.
No, this is a public library, there was a recalculation made in the operating expenses for the library.
There was a discrepancy in the budget line, which resulted in lapsing funds, which will decrease their request from the town by $7,194. That number that you see there, $113,372,
Yes,
has already been adjusted in the numbers that we voted on.
I wanna say
I love that.
kudos to the library for being diligent. I understand one of the board members has a sharp pencil, retired accountant, and she looked at it and she
Yeah.
found a place where they could, where there's a discrepancy.
Yeah, and they're not allowed to retain lapsing funds.
Correct. So it's adopted. Okay, we have three examples, I gotta love this. Justin, you have three examples for the town report. Pick A, B, or C.
He's got them, I
Oh,
scanned them to him. I scanned them to him. You got a lot
I
of
haven't seen him
attachments.
yet.
Okay. Pick A, B, or C, and then let Lee move out on it.
Who the heck picked flowers?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, but
This looks
if we gotta
terrible.
pick one, if we gotta pick one.
Look at
of
this
the
town
three,
report, it looks like it looks like we're the garden club.
Which one you going for? Say again?
A,
A? I'm going C.
I'm going A also, are you kidding me?
I'm outvoted tonight?
you can't read you can't read the letters on it, you can't read the annual report. You have to do it in a different color.
Okay, I'd go with A if you lower the box a little bit.
I can just, I
So
can,
you can see more flowers?
You got it.
Who picked the flowers? You did.
it was a supportive decision in my office.
Next year we can put a new fire
We're
truck
running
on.
out of ideas for the front cover, let me tell you.
Okay. So adopted.
Well, next year it's gonna be the new six-wheeler.
Yeah.
We did
No,
that
we
one
already
a couple
did.
We did one of those already,
It's gotta be the new fire truck and ambulance combo.
yeah.
You should've made the cookout at the opening of the town hall. Picture of you guys,
It's, yeah,
I've not even seen any of those pictures,
yeah, that would've
Really
been a
good
good picture.
okay,
cause I wasn't there.
what else do we have on the agenda?
Email Mary, the window keeps coming open.
Dave, you addressed it already tonight.
We are, yeah, you are.
I will go up and lock that window, next time I'm gonna screw it shut.
Screw it
Can I
shut.
put a little label there?
I was gonna say-
She has big labels this big,
On that window?
there's nothing the matter with the window. Second
Okay.
floor use policy, you already went over.
Yeah.
We already went over that.
Clem Madden sent us a thing, really, that's what John, their budget is maxed, the budget for the, community center is maxed out for them.
Clem Madden notified you of the school's budget hearing,
Right.
gonna be held on Wednesday.
Saturday, March 9th at 4 PM.
Right, but the public hearing on their budget is February 8th. Oh,
Snow
no, I'm
date,
sorry,
February
I'm
15th.
sorry, I'm looking at the wrong,
The budget hearing is February 7th at 6 PM.
that's right,
Oh, it just says here's the 8th on our notice here.
that's our notice, our public hearing.
That's
Sorry.
wrong,
Yeah, it is.
2/7.
So, Justin, if you want, it's nice to have selectmen show up there too. I like to give support where it's due and make sure they have sharp pencils when they need it.
I must have deleted it.
Where's that?
That's at the school library on, February 7th, 6 PM.
Wednesday, the 7th, the school budget.
Can you send this out? I'll put it in my phone now.
Okay.
Now, we are doing the community power on our meeting on the 8th, Lean.
Well, I'm asking you that now, I just got an email from
Dana,
Dana tonight, asking, can we do his public hearing, that's our public hearing. Do you wanna do a community power on the same night as a,
that,
town's budget?
yeah, we should, cause that's when we did the other one, so yes.
okay, so we'll do that,
Yeah.
both on the 8th.
What do you mean, both on the
We have two hearings. We have
We
our
have
budget.
our public
we have our
hearing on the
budget hearing.
budget on the 8th, you're gonna be going through all of this that you just talked about.
What have we been doing?
No.
I'm just saying there's a public hearing on the community, adopting the community
Come on, Dave,
power,
get with it,
because
get
they
with
have
it.
to hold 2 public hearings by the RSA requirements.
Get with it, Dave.
Or you can hold it on the 22nd. if you
I'd
want to
rather
do it.
hold it early in case of snow.
But that's negligible,
That's
that's
2
not part of
weeks.
the budget. It's already an article on your,
No, I'm talking about our budget hearing is priority.
our budget priority for the 8th of,
Right.
So speaking of community power, I asked Dana a couple questions, pointed questions this week. Unitil customers that are in the eastern part of the town, right now, if you call direct power, we wouldn't get the same rate that Leo gets because he's on Eversource.
okay.
No, I'm
So-
not on Eversource.
No, he's
Oh,
on.
you're not, you're on Unitil.
Oh, I
also?
see what you're saying, yeah. Direct energy feeding into Eversource, yes.
So
Yeah.
Leo gets a cheaper rate than Unitil people over on our side of town. And that's because the two different power companies have.
Transmission cost.
No, not different transmission costs, they have different, amounts of people they're buying for.
Okay.
So every 6 months, they have a lower rate typically. I will tell you one thing. Dunbarton Community Power is gonna come in here for a town. Whenever we choose them to buy our power, they're gonna buy it at a lower rate than Eversource, cause it made no sense for them to come without Eversource. You will be able to take that power in the Unitil sections of town at the same rate.
Okay,
So there's no increased cost to Unitil customers. That's huge for us, cause we're 2 cents different right now.
So it's a win-win for you.
It's a win-win for Unitil customers on that side of town.
Is
And,
that in Peter and writing?
yeah,
Okay.
and the other thing is, the other thing on there is we asked them another question, we asked a question about the maintenance and stuff, because they're doing all of the pole work and stuff, that's not, it doesn't affect our maintenance or any of our programs with Eversource there. And we asked them one other question. Trying to think of it off the top of my head. So the Unitil rate will be the same rate.
The only thing is I wanted to make sure that people who have solar panels are,
You know, opt in and opt out.
right.
yeah,
There was big discussion because most people don't like opt out.
yep,
That opt out was set up that way by the state, it's state regulated, that RSA makes it so the towns have to do an opt out, not an opt in. So it's not something that, Dana has set up, or anything Community Power has set up,
The
when they
RSA.
come to us. The RSA that they are governing by, and I'm not sure why he didn't say it to us.
He did, he
He did
mentioned that,
tell us that.
he said it's governed by the RSA.
So it's governed by the RSA, it has to be an opt-out. And the reason that the state set it up as an opt-out is because they want every single member from in the town for it to be available to them.
Okay,
So that's why they do it that way.
Did he get an answer for you about the solar people, the solar panels?
He says each one has got to be discussed individually, I think.
Cause some of them, if they
Well,
want,
that's not an opt-in or out,
No, I would say
Case
they
by
have to have
case.
an individual meeting with.
case by case
Yeah.
basis.
the reason why some of the first ones that were set up,
Yeah.
they do not get that power. They don't get the separate power bill,
When they buy
delivery bill.
power that's, renewable resource power, there's energy credits that go over that.
Yes.
yeah,
And who gets the energy credits, and they're not specific to the town of Dunbarton. Dunbarton won't necessarily get the credits from them, they go like a New England deal, and I don't know if those credits are sold to another company for research and development to help fund their things, or how that works. Or the parent,
Smart.
or well, I read up on all this stuff,
Well,
or
it's-
the parent company that's coming here is doing this, is investing in their own stuff. But there's quite a complicated
Well,
system.
Massachusetts buys a lot of
Yeah.
credits from us.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, there's
Now,
all
the
that
greener
stuff.
you go,
like that.
Jeff, the
Yeah.
more power costs.
Yep,
So the nice thing about it, if you wanna be greener, you can opt up.
yeah, but what happens, you get the credits, and then you can reinvest that money into more green energy.
Yeah.
So it basically helps
It keeps
pay
them
for your,
rolling.
it helps pay for your green energy. But like I was saying, I don't think it directly goes to like, if Dunbarton wanted to put a solar farm up.
No, it does go down to them.
Yeah, we can't get the credits ourselves, even though it's coming from us.
Kinda goes to the
They
state.
kinda go on the open market.
Yeah.
okay, interesting.
Okay,
So-
anything else?
No, yes,
We got the dates.
I have to tell the energy committee what date their public hearing will
The
be.
8th.
Where you agree,
Yeah.
we're gonna
They
hold it
both-
on the same night as our
Check-
budget public hearing.
Justin, you okay with that?
We're first,
Justin?
Because now that we've gone over this budget 3 times in public,
Mhm.
we're gonna read through that, and
I think
Okay.
it'll be straightforward.
we're not gonna be fighting, I hope, Justin, that night.
As long as you get on board.
Hey, Justin, you okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll do 2 public hearings that night.
We're gonna
Okay.
hold you to it, Justin.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, Justin, don't take any grief from him, I'm with you.
Calendar.
yeah.
I'll put Dave in his place. Hey, by the way, the voting, just for the record, for the citizens of Dunbarton, the voting was exceptionally done well this week.
without a ballot counter?
Without a ballot count, we had one missing.
No. Machine.
Without a machine, oh, yeah. Bottom line is, what was nice is the reconciliation, how they, look at votes going in and going out, the number of votes. First time around, spot on correct.
What's the time of the school budget hearing?
6
6 o'clock, it's in the email.
Justin Spillane did an excellent job.
Yes, whoever that guy you got, did a great job.
Perfect.
Climatic.
Retired.
Okay, we have an abundant notification for, zoning board of adjustment to conduct a public hearing February 12th.
And then they tell me a school meeting.
You know, why are we getting this?
What's that? Because our neighbors wanna put in this rental equipment on their existing property, and we're in a butter.
Oh, okay.
So, do you think the parking's tough
Where,
now,
where
huh?
is that at?
Right there, the school, 1007 School Street. Wants
Equipment
to,
rental.
special exception to allow equipment rental.
For perpetuity?
You know, look at the kind of equipment he wants to sell. or rent.
15-yard dumpsters, a sewer trail, skid steer, mini evacuator. Okay,
Wow.
I'd be interested.
Mike, what are you talking about?
Read it.
He's asking for a special exception to have that business.
Okay,
off of
what we
that.
have is, there's an abutter to Dunbarton Town Hall who wants to store, equipment. It's gonna be a special meeting at the zoning board.
Mhm.
And, since we are a butter, we are invited to go there. That's what it's about, for the record.
Does that mean they'd be using our parking lot
Gonna
to
make it even
drive
more
through?
commercial than it is.
Up here, yes, I don't necessarily,
thought we're trying to keep this look like a nice small town.
Yeah.
And
I
you
don't
won't even
think-
paint lines on the pavement there, but this is.
What
going
day is
in.
that? I wanna get that on the calendar for us.
February 12th.
February 12th, only board meeting, got it. I think it's open to the public too.
Who's the property owner here, does it say?
They're fairly new,
It's,
it's not at the top there? Might be a company name, what the ownership is.
Okay,
do we wanna put a letter together from the select board?
I might go personally speak.
Okay,
Okay.
just speak on your own behalf then.
What would the letter
Well,
say?
it's not a letter from the select
What
board.
do you want the select board to say?
I don't think you can say too much till you know the parameters of it.
Exactly.
We'd have to listen to it.
Okay, but we're all invited, so we can all go, and to include the public. Okay, we have a public, this is Lean, your public notice you already put out?
It's put out in the paper.
Okay, this is regarding, Justin, just marked Thursday, the February 8th, we're gonna have 2 public notices. We'll have one for the warrant, and we'll have another one for the energy, Dunbarton Energy.
February 8th.
So you have to send another notice out, Lean.
I think they take care of that.
Yep. Okay, I think that's it on the mailbox.
7 PM.
I'm gonna open up for public comment, Lean, go
Okay.
ahead.
So, with that being said, what you just read here, next door, I'm gonna reiterate what I said before, you're gonna have 2 public meetings in February, and if she has something going on at the library, this is gonna be crazy. You gotta coordinate things a little better, because tonight was absolutely ridiculous.
You know what I could do? Thank you for that.
There's nobody out there.
I'm parked on the town common
I
right
will
now.
cross out the date in my reserved calendar to make sure that it's not available, just so it's communicated to the staff that also helps me issue.
Cause, you hold meetings every other Thursday now,
Yeah,
so those every other Thursday should be shut
It
down.
doesn't restrict them if they just.
Because,
part
yeah,
of the land.
minor things are one thing, but something like this here, if you had this
She has a
meeting
big
in February
following over
8th,
there.
you're not gonna get anybody parked there, cause she starts earlier, they start earlier than you do, so nobody's gonna park here, you're gonna be all up and down 13 and, so this, to me, it makes sense if you can, communicate with her
Lean, you'll take that
about
for action.
that,
Okay.
Okay,
Anything
the other
else?
thing, yeah,
Okay.
I spoke a little last week about that rainy day fund we have,
Yes.
78,000.
78,000. Why do we have to have it in a small bearing account?
She has, regulations on which money she can put in accounts. I've asked her this week about it.
Yeah, I know, but you must be able to buy like CDs or something.
well, she does for the conservation and the fire department.
The,
Right, but the
Does not.
town's rainy day fund is not making any money.
I can tell you what she does do, cause I just spoke with her about it this week. She went from CDs because it limited access to our money, which we don't wanna have limited if
How
there's
does
an
that do
emergency.
that? I have CDs and I can take them out whenever I want.
Well, you can have some CDs like that, and the ones that bear more money don't. So listen,
I don't know what you're talking about.
let me finish, Leo.
Okay,
So she did a money market that is the same as doing a CD that you can remove your money anytime.
Mhm.
But it's a little easier for her to access our money readily available, cause she can transfer it.
okay,
So every week, when she sees what these girls write up for bills, whether we're giving the school money or library and all the other bills, she transfers the money from the money market into the checkbook to pay the checks out. So she does have higher interest earning
okay.
on all
But
of
I'm
her
talking
accounts.
about the rainy day fund.
She
That
has that
is
in there also.
technically, the money market, which is our savings account,
Yeah.
is where she has an interest-bearing fund, and she averages about 250 a month on the balance.
That rainy day fund is the amount of money from excess, surplus or whatever, that we leave in there to hit the rainy day fund.
It also includes some liabilities that the town has incurred over time. For example, any money our encumbrances are part of the rainy
Right,
day
I
fund.
get it, but, if you have a CD, you can take it out whenever you want. You'll lose a month's worth of
Not all
insurance.
CDs, some CDs will
Well,
go to the bank for 6 months.
Okay, but
CDs.
that's what you would search for.
Right.
Cause I'm buying CDs over 5% right now, and if you're only getting 2%, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I do think that Pam follows it pretty closely.
Okay,
'cause
I'm just asking, I'm following up on what I mentioned last week.
I asked her this week about it, cause I was
Yeah.
curious myself
Yeah,
before
but
leaving it in there.
When you get that kind of money in there,
$9 million
you
in
make
the
as much
budget
as you
and
can,
stuff.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, I was just following up on what I asked.
Because we hold the school money too. We hold the school money too.
Yeah, right, yeah,
Yeah, but she does keep it in there and then transfers it.
okay,
She
alright.
said the CDs were problematic transferring them, within the same bank.
Right, and we have some big, like this week, we just paid a $650,000 school payment. So the funds have to be there readily.
Yeah, that's the smallest one of the year, I
Yeah,
think.
and then there's the Merrimack County payment in December, and we'll pay 15% penalty or 10% penalty if we don't get it there in time, so she's cautious with.
Okay.
with
Anything else?
No, just following up, that's
Yeah,
all.
that's a good thing.
I wanna commend you guys on the efforts with the budget, trying to keep everybody happy and, you know, trying to keep the taxes as reasonable as possible, but it's a tough task.
Well, it wasn't until you came.
Well, I can't fault you for wanting to keep everything level, Dave, but I think we have to have a dose of reality every now and then, but I think everybody did a good job.
Well, I
The
think
town should be happy with the outcome of it.
we raised money last year, we raised for some potential expenses.
Yep.
We got surprised by room and meals,
Yep.
and the things, I think it's good that we offset, we returned money to the taxpayers, because we took it from them last year.
Yep.
And I think it's good that we've returned some of it back to them, it's their money.
I mean, either way, you were gonna return it to us, the taxpayer, I understand all that, but it looks cleaner, and better if you allow the taxpayer to make that decision, rather than you making it up front. Because again, like I said, psychologically, people would just say, okay, cause it says 0 on it.
Right.
You know?
Zero's too easy to vote for.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, Lean,
I have nothing.
back to the board, Justin first.
Nothing.
Clean sweep.
Again, I want to reemphasize, I thought the elections went extremely well. Thank you, Justin, for getting, your pro tem, selectman was excellent, he worked the entire day, did a great job. Dave worked the entire job, and, I'd like to just, publicly recognize the town moderator. He saw some issues with the, election, he acted on the spot to make things flow smoothly. Opened up, checkout lines, for example, opened up a double checkout line, and, he was quick to react when he saw problems, and, I thought it ran very well. And kudos to all the election workers or the ballot clerks, because no mistakes were made on checking people in and checking people out. And that's where it can be, when you gotta go through like 50 pages to find where the mistake was, it can be challenging. And so I salute everyone who participated and supported that election, thank you.
It was a good election.
And I have nothing else, I'm waiting for a motion.
Motion to adjourn at 8:55.